All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Lucky Ocean podcast. Back with cleanup. He doesn't have work today. It's amazing. It's a miracle.
Yes,
It's a
truly,
Wednesday.
truly, truly a gift from the Lord up above at this point.
Dude, you get called in pretty often. Why is that? Did you lose people or what happened?
No, people got sick. And so, when you only have, so again, the population of the store in which like I run is like 1,700 people, right? So, needless to say, we don't have to sit there and like have 6 people during the day, right? And just one person short, right? Like I run 2 people during the day.
Right.
So if one person is out, like that's one person doing everything all day. Probably doesn't work out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just for the
So
weekdays, right? Like on the weekend, I'm assuming it's much busier.
yeah, on the weekend, we do like 4
Yeah.
who are out
Okay.
there.
That makes
But
sense.
even when you run with just like 3, it's rough. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But at least you got 3 people there. It's better than one person.
Right.
But it's
But they
like
could probably always use you a little bit.
yeah, yeah. And so when somebody calls off and there's no coverage or whatever, then everybody
Yeah.
looks at me as like, hey, he's the GM. He's the one who should be here.
He
You
gets
know what I
paid more
mean?
than me. Make him do something.
Yeah, make him do something.
Yeah.
It's like, well,
I feel that.
technically, based on the hours worked, I don't make more than you.
Yeah.
Right
I
here.
think we always are so quick to forget to like talking to our boss. Like they put in many more hours than us. Not today, not yesterday, not last week, but years ago. Like they're older. They put in their time. It's okay that they make more money. It's okay that maybe they work a little less, but they don't work less.
Well, the
You know what I
funniest
mean?
thing is if you were to ask anybody that works there, hey, Brandon's going to get a raise, do I feel as if they would be upset about it? Probably not.
They probably wouldn't care. They'd be like, "Am I going to get a raise too?" That's
Well,
probably
yeah,
all
of
they'd ask,
course. But
right?
that's the thing. Like the way that I look at it is like I am here to take care of them, right? I service them. That's my job,
Big Daddy
right?
clean.
And so I take care of them. I jump on the front line. If there's a problem, I'm the first to jump in, right? You
Yeah,
know, because that's what I get paid for, you
right.
know. And when it comes to negotiating wages and stuff like that, I'm the first person to sit down and do a review with them and be like, these are all the things you bring to the table, blah, blah, blah. Right. And so they wouldn't be upset,
Right.
if I got a raise or like whatever, I would imagine. But like, I do the things that it takes. Of course, choose rich every day, all day. Right.
Always choose rich.
That dude, I'll get into that dude here in a little bit. But yeah, like it's the point of like there are some people like maybe my boss, I would be a little pissed off if he got a raise because
I
it was
think
like,
just like, and I don't want to go too much on this because we're going to talk about some crypto, but like, yeah,
yeah,
I just think like the psychology of somebody making more than you is always a little frustrating, right? Like no matter who it is or how it is,
oh yeah,
the hierarchy is always just frustrating to be a part of.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
But I just kind of realized I don't talk about Solana coins. We just have like a Solana coin chilling here. So yeah, let me just like cover this real quick.
Okay,
This is Log Coin. It's a new meme coin that came out yesterday on Solana, and I was airdropped this by their founder. He hit me up. He was somebody who we had on the podcast before. He doesn't want his name to be released, so I'm not going to say it. But he's from Cardano, and he hit me up and was just like, "Hey, I appreciate that you let me on the podcast, and I just want to like give back to you." So he sent me some coins. There's like 2 million coins. I sold. You can see this like red period over here. These are my 2 million that I sold. I made one soul, essentially, and then I bought back. It says right here, but that's not true. I bought back like here-ish, but regardless, I don't know. It's not like perfectly accurate. It's just a meme coin. I know personally, or I feel it won't rug, so that's why I kind of got into it. But yeah, I'm still getting out and just kind of playing, the highs and the lows. But I really wanted to try to get into Sol and maybe even Injective and some other chains later. I still love Cardano, but I think it's important to just not neglect the other chains out there. And Solana has a lot more potential, so I was pretty hyped to try this out. And like I was
oh,
telling Clean, like these
100%.
pumps are really crazy to see. Like
Yeah,
I was telling Clean, like if somebody sends like let's say a 5K ADA order through a meme coin or whatever, like even in SNEC, like that's kind of cool. It moves it a decent bit. But then you kind of like wait, or at least I do, because I've been playing a lot of meme coins. So I'll wait and I'll be like, okay, within the next 5 minutes, let me see what kind of orders come through, because those are the orders that are reacting to the big order that just went through 5 minutes ago. But
Right.
with Solana, you don't have that. You just have instant reactions on reactions on reactions, and people just buying, and it's really fun to be a part of. It's like a whole different beast. So I just wanted to bring it up real quick because I thought it was pretty cool.
It is nuts to see, but when you think like, how big are these buy orders, right?
They're
You know
like
what I'm
hundreds
saying?
of dollars each.
Right.
Yeah, nothing like crazy.
Right. So it's a low cap, correct? It has low
Yeah,
cap,
yeah.
but it's like, how much money is actually in it? Like, what is the market cap of it?
So I was looking at this the other day. I don't always use Bird's Eye, so I'm still trying to get used to this.
Okay.
What was I using yesterday? I want to say it was like something like not Dex Hunter, but their version of it.
Right. Which is Soul Scanner or something like that?
Dex Tools.
Dex Tools. Yeah.
I'll share it right here as it opens up. So I was using this to trade log, and I think down here it'll show. So also something to note, we started at 350 holders. Those were all the holders that were airdropped, 30% of the supply. And then we gained up to like 550 during our peak. And then now it's just gradually lost, even though the price has gone up. So that tells me people aren't really interested, but the people that are interested don't mind continuing to buy for now. Let's
Gotcha.
see, what was the total supply? It looks like there's 4.9 thousand total liquidity.
Okay.
Yep. So
And
super
that's in
small.
Soul.
Right.
Keep that in mind. Which Soul is like,
So pooled Soul is 15.5 down
okay.
here. And
So,
yeah, Soul's at like 154 right now.
yeah. Which ain't bad.
Not bad at all.
No.
Dex Screener, he said.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, you could probably. There was something I used to screen meme coins on Solana. I'd have to look back at it. I have like a whole like little mini notebook of like notes to like look at and make sure it's not a scam before buying, because like with Cardano, I have it all in my head, but with Solana, I just need to like go read the notes again.
Yeah. No, I get you. What do you think about this NFT Nick guy? ETH guy who's like flexing, choose rich and stuff like that.
I don't know. So when he said choose rich, I thought he was talking about like choosing to be rich over choosing to be like jealous that somebody got paid more. And then I heard you talk about it and I was like, okay, I didn't understand. So
Okay.
let's go to Twitter. Let me check.
So there's this NFT guy, NFT Nick, right? I think he owned a CryptoPunk at one point, if he doesn't already.
ETH.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this
follow
guy,
him? Is he worth it?
yeah, that's him, dude. Like,
He's got a lot of followers.
I would not follow him. He's not like, this dude is like trolling people, right?
Okay.
But he's coming off as like, he's just doing these things, right? He'll get like a bottle of champagne and he'll be like, this is a $5,000 bottle of champagne. And obviously have community notes on everything. And it's like, it's not, it's like a $75 bottle of champagne. And he just keeps doing it over and over again because he's getting a reaction, right, from people,
rich.
from these so-called haters. Like, dude, just can we listen to him?
Yeah,
Do you have
yeah,
like the audio?
This one, he looks like he's popping off. So hold up, tell me if you can hear it.
Yes, I can.
Hop on my helicopter.
You can't hear it, right? I can't hear it.
No, I can hear it.
Okay, well, I can't. That's why not? I'm glad you can hear it.
Or my
Tell me what he's
private
saying.
jet for a meeting in Los Angeles. Next thing y'all gonna tell me is I don't own my helicopter and that the pilot ain't my full-time employee, Sergio. Choose rich.
So that's what he says. Choose rich or whatever, right?
Yeah, no, like I legitimately can't hear him on my end. I don't know why.
His tagline is like choose rich, right? And so this guy's saying this every single time, right? Like he's always kind of like popping off or whatever. But like even me being me, I can tell that's a touring helicopter. That's not like a real helicopter, especially not one you would fly to like New York or whatever, from New York to LA, right? It's just he's engagement farming, which is okay for him or whatever. But people just keep playing into it. They're a bunch of idiots, And so I think he's been popping off lately. He was on the pizza review guy, Dave Portnoy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He was on his daytime trading thing. And like he's like, here's my home theater, blah blah blah. And people are just like checking him every single time.
Dude,
And it's just like,
it sounds so funny. This is like expert level trolling. He's just like hitting up rich people or rich friends or something and just claiming it all.
well, no, he made a bag off Bitcoin.
Well, but is this his, right?
No, for sure not.
See? So like, yeah, sure, he might be rich, but that's what he's doing, right? He's like finding rich areas and just claiming it all as a troll.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Look at him. He's got a yacht. That ain't his yacht, dude. Get out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, look at this dude.
Dude, that's so
Yeah.
funny. Actually, I like this. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I
stay
know.
followed. This is hilarious.
He's got balls. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's doing something. He's purely engagement farming, which is fine. People were like, he went through like this house tour thing real quick, and people were like, that's not your house. There's suitcases like by your shit. And he's like, this is a rented Uber. Like, he's like, I'm in my limo right now, my driver. Like, dude, and people are just getting so like they're into it. They don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how we've been on the internet and like trolling for like decades, and people don't realize when people are trolling still.
Dude, I have to say, when I went to the UK, a lot of people were telling me like, hey, is it true that the American stereotype is that you don't understand sarcasm or like jokes that well? And I was like, I don't know if that's like an American thing, really. Like, I'd never heard that was specific to Americans. But then as I was there for a while, I started noticing that I have that trait where people will say jokes and I don't always catch on that it's a joke. Like, I often miss it, actually.
Yeah.
And I feel like such an idiot. But yeah, like, I guess I kind of fit that stereotype of like sometimes not understanding it's a troll. But no,
also,
not on Twitter. Not like this. This is pretty obvious, I think.
right. But people still buy into this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they get trolled. And it's just like, it's so funny. But
it's fun engagement farming, right? Like it beats like just the shit talking engagement farming. Like I hate the shit talking trolls who will just like shit on Cardano or something, be like, bro, I'm just joking. And it's just like, bro, we get enough hate. I don't need the fake hate too. Just shut up. But yeah, man, that's actually really funny. Did you see that little Sappy's minted? Did you mint one?
I did. I didn't mint one. I got one off secondary. I bought at 120.
Oh, nice.
Well, it's at 160 now. I feel like they are cute. It's my PFP on Twitter. I got actually pretty.
You changed
pretty
your PFP
cool
on Twitter?
one. What?
When was the last time you changed your PFP on Twitter?
Oh, it was a starch miner for a while.
Oh, that's right. I got to see it.
And so my little Sappy, I picked out actually a pretty good one. I need to change my freaking banner.
I'm always a fan of beanies, dude. I'm a huge fan.
Like, look at it. It's a leopard seal with the beanie and like the little overalls.
I wish he had cooler apparel because I feel like the beanies actually kind of swag and the overalls are just anti-swag, but it kind of works.
Yeah, but it's nice blue with the pink. I like blue with the pink though.
It is cool.
And you know, they got $1 million in sales, right? Secondary, they're gonna get there or whatever. So like, let's just call it what it is, right? So that's good, right? But people are like, that's not even close to what Alley Cats did or like Ori did. And it's like, dude, can't you just like appreciate something for a little bit, right?
Everything is so different though. Like, this isn't Alley Cats, right? Like they weren't on Twitter Spaces 24/7 pumping a project and then going through FUD and like during the peak time of NFTs and during this time and everything is during a different time. And like when different things are going on, it's so unfair to constantly be like, oh, well, this didn't do as well as this and this isn't there. Just shut up. Enjoy the moment. It's so different.
Enjoy what is in front of you for a minute, right? Like Alley Cats was like a year ago, right? Ori was a year ago, right?
Yeah, I think some of those over a year.
I could buy, you know, Cardano at like 20 some odd cents, 30 cents. You know what I'm saying? Like,
is that a year ago at this point now?
Yeah.
That's so crazy to think about.
Isn't it?
And dude, going through the bear too, so many people were worried, like, how long is this going to last? Like, this could be a 4-year bear, 5-year bear. And then just like 2.5 years later, everything all-time highs, everything's recovering, everything's fine.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I hope this bull run lasts for a while, you know. People are saying, "Oh, it might be a short bull run," you know what I mean? Like shorter.
Yeah, I
But
love to talk about that because there's just so many things that it just doesn't make sense why there would be a shorter run. Like, sure, we could, right? Like anything comes up out of nowhere, inflation could come up out of nowhere, a war could start, anything could happen. And it does, right? Like narratives change so quickly. But I keep looking and I'm like, if ETFs are just getting started and the biggest inflows are coming from ETFs and they're increasing and we're getting more ETFs, and companies usually go through 3 to 6 month periods of talking to these ETFs before they purchase. And now London ETFs are being approved. The halving's coming up. We have court cases coming up, an Ethereum ETF. I'm just like, what possibly could stop this market?
yeah, I mean,
It
I'm
doesn't make sense right
hoping.
now, right?
Yeah, I'm hopeful. Like things are going to do well. I don't know how the S&P is doing, like how people are feeling stability wise in like the Web 2 market, you know, the real, what we would call real life market, I guess you would say. I think, but like I got in a friend, just because I saw them socially everywhere. Like there's hardly a post that I see that isn't involving friend. And so yeah,
Yeah.
look, it's following it.
I wanted
Perfect.
to know, actually, now that you made me bring this up, I'm happy you did, because I wrote in my notes of things I wanted to talk about today is that it's not only near the upper trend line where we normally will bounce within on a trend line up, but the RSI is also getting weaker as we go higher, which
Yeah.
is, I believe, considered a bearish divergence or a bullish divergence, one of the two, but I think
Bullish.
it means
It's
that we go
bullish,
down,
yeah.
right? Right.
Because essentially that's buying pressure. Are you overbought or are you underbought, right? And so right now it's kind of like bought at just the right amount, I guess you would say, you know, or within tolerance.
Right, but when you see it, the price go high or stay high and the RSI go down, that usually means there's going to be a reversal at some point. Not necessarily like super strong, but
Right.
it normally indicates that. So this kind of ties into something I did yesterday. I wanted to buy Mara. So we can go look at Mara price wise. And this is the first time I've added a company to my portfolio in a very long time. But it's going to be a short-term play, most likely. And I didn't want to do options because I know the timing on it might not be perfect with that whole SPY having a bullish divergence. So I went with shares instead. I bought 3 shares. And Mars CEO, I liked the way that he sounded on his, the earnings call last week. So I listened to the whole earnings call. I listened to what they were doing. They increased their Bitcoin holdings by, I don't know how much. There was a graph. It looked like almost double, maybe double. So that was pretty bullish. I think that's the most bullish part of them. Also, they increased their hash mining rate by 220% year over year, which is super important because people look at miners as we should probably start to maybe worry because of the halving rate. So maybe
Yeah.
miners won't make as much, which is very true. But if you're increasing by double and it's halving, then you keep your production rate.
Right.
So I like that. And the fact that Bitcoin's going higher as Mara went lower after earnings, I liked that too. So I grabbed 3 shares. I think it'll do well. As long as Bitcoin continues to go up, those holdings are going to make them absolute bank. And they're also going to continue to increase their amount of production. They have these essentially like storage facilities or big buildings that are ready to be moved miners into, but they haven't necessarily been like processed within that jurisdiction because they're not only mining in the US now. So they've also branched out into other countries, which I really like because any sort of, US discrepancy could maybe be offed a little bit by doing some of their offshore stuff, which is cool. So there's going to be an upscaling that they're going to do, but they don't know when these things will be approved with the buildings and stuff like that. So they said they couldn't give an exact timeline, but overall, I really like the company, and I think Mara is the number 1, if not number 2, best or highest scaled mining company that you can purchase through the U.S. stock exchange. So that was my reasoning for buying Mara.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got some things doing. How you guys doing? We're doing pretty good, Juan. Hope you're doing well too. Feeling better with Bitcoin hitting all-time highs and SNEC recovering. Yeah. I know. I maybe you haven't seen since the whole negative podcast that we had, but yeah, I think looking back, it was uncalled for negativity on my end, but like I was just a human and I was going through a lot of stuff and I was just feeling bad. So I was trying to be as transparent about that as possible and just let it out rather than hold it in. It made me feel better. So like hopefully it made somebody else feel better.
Yeah.
People who survive this bear market are going to make it in the bull. Damn straight. People entering this market, this bull run and don't fade away are the ones who are going to make it in the next bull run too. Maybe. I really think, though, if you're entering now for the first time, you need to have an exit strategy. And I think a lot of us have an exit strategy, maybe even planned all the way from like last year and the year before, because we felt how bad it was when we had all this money and we didn't sell it. So if you don't have that same kind of like emotion attached to you because you messed up last time, maybe you get a little greedy this time and think it'll go higher. So I don't know. Pay attention.
I mean,
don't get too overzealous, right?
so like the thing is like if it's just you already have your own bag or like whatever, and you're just kind of sitting off to the side, and you have like whatever play money is, right? You know what I mean? Like turn that shit into USDC. You know what I'm saying? Like once you think the bear is going to happen or you think it's topped, it's going to be really boring for you. But turn that shit into USDC and wait for the lows. I mean, and then just average in using that money, maybe a little bit more if you save some. But like it could be pretty boring for a while. And the big thing is like that's when you're gonna really turn your head and say, okay, well, I can't wait for the bear. Although it sucks, right? You know, it gives you a chance to again get in at
Yeah.
these low prices and watch your shit rise, you know.
I would be really bummed though if we hit another bear market so soon. Like,
I mean, yeah, it's always good to feel good, you know.
yeah, but I'm just saying the crypto thing is like 2 to 3 years bear, 4 years bull, 3 to 4 years bull. Like, and that's just how it's always been. So for this, with this kind of narrative to peak out, let's say, like, what if Bitcoin peaked out today at 73,000? Would that make you feel good? Like if Cardano reversed and then it took another year for us to go higher, like, dude, it would be fine. I'd keep holding. I'd keep accumulating, but I'd be so pissed.
Yeah.
I'd be like, dude, I already waited 3 years, technically like 4 to 5 years, because that's when I first bought. Like I've been waiting forever, and that was part of my frustration from that one video. So like, yeah, that would really suck. But I don't think that that's going to happen because I was telling my friend this the other day. I view the world right now like those videos where countries with the talking heads are talking to each other about America and about Bitcoin. Yeah. And it's just like Australia is just like, oh, I might, like, you see what US just did, so, and then, China's just like, what'd they do, man? And it's just like, they allowed, ETFs, and it's just like, oh shit, they allowed ETFs. Like now we need to get ETFs. Like we need to buy up as much as possible. We can't let America control all the Bitcoin. And so I feel like with us accepting Bitcoin, now we have London accepting ETFs for Bitcoin. We're going to have all these other countries playing catch up, and it's just going to be really hard to see a Bitcoin drop right now. Everybody kind of sees the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah. So, well, especially like not where it was before, right? But like $12,000 to $16,000 Bitcoin is probably gone.
Agreed.
I think a new low being maybe 18 to 20K. Being a definite, okay, you got to get in now. This is the lowest of the low, right? Yeah.
I could definitely see some drops. That's for sure.
Look at SNEC though.
But, yeah. What's up, Truth? Truth is always in here just posting emojis. I love
emojis, man. Look at him go.
Only meme coin for me is SNEC. Amen, brother. Amen. Higher highs, lower lows. It feels good on SNEC, bro. It really does. And I've been we were just talking and you were telling me, I think you asked me, do I think, is it still up from here with SNEC, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe something similar. Maybe it was Cardano. But I was just kind of like, as long as Bitcoin goes up, we're chilling, right? And then I think it was maybe a Becker video, and I said this maybe last stream as well. But once Bitcoin peaks out, you have roughly 20 to 21 days before altcoins peak out. So while you see Bitcoin going higher, nothing to do but chill. Once Bitcoin kind of tops out and starts reversing down a little bit, and it's like, okay, well, maybe I should start counting these days,
Right.
but I don't think we're there yet. I think we're in chill mode.
I was thinking about getting into Soul a little bit. I mean, I've already been on there, obviously, because of Utes and shit like that, and playing meme coins. You know what I'm saying? But I think the liquidity over there is pretty huge.
Yeah.
Like, can you show some of the top meme coins over there? Not like Bonk
On Soul
or anything like that. Yeah.
Let's see. I'll share Bird Eye again.
Just to see kind of like.
So there's like Simba
comparisons,
right? Down pretty big, but like you can see the top, right? What was the market cap? Still getting used to this Bird Eye. Full dilute included market cap 3.4 million.
Dude, look at the buys and sells. They're like
thousands, hundreds, thousands, so quick.
It's coming in.
Yeah.
Like here, it's like I'm sitting here waiting. Okay, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? You know what I mean? Like, look at all these.
I will say too, when I traded, I was unhappy and happy at the same time that when I tried to trade from Bird's Eye, it didn't work. Like it was crappy. Like I would sit here and I'd be like over here on Soul, right? I'd be like sell, sell, sell. And I would do like 6 transactions and it took 7 for them to finally go through and sell me. I was like, dude, what is this? This is garbage.
Is it because of slippage or what?
It didn't tell me. It said your transaction went through. It green lighted me. And then I checked 5 minutes later thinking I sold and I didn't. And I was like, dude, what is happening? And so I kept trying. I increased my slippage, kept trying. Eventually it worked. And I didn't know why it worked and why the others didn't. I didn't do anything different. So I went to Radium. That's the other Solana trading platform. And it worked. So some work, some don't. I was using not Bird Eye. I was using this one, Dex Tools.
Dex Tools.
Yeah. So it made me happy because I was like, oh, cool. Cardano's not the only one fucking up their trading. But it made me unhappy because I was like, I wanted to sell the peak. And I tried on this, dude. I tried to buy right here and right here on this dip. I tried so many transactions and nothing worked. And that's when I figured out I need to go to Radium. And then that's when I bought way too high. So live and learn. First meme coin. I can't even be mad about that. And I made money and it was a free airdrop. Like I really can't be mad.
You got a Soul.
Yeah, that's true. Free Soul.
What's
going on, Hugs?
I was talking to Hugs on Twitter the other day.
Yeah.
Some shit. I forget type shit. God damn. I don't know. It was I'm trying to think. What was me and Hugs talking about?
Just sitting here looking at this all-time chart, dude. This is insane.
Of that? Yeah.
Well, so this is for Bitcoin, right? And I was trying to go back and look how many days could it run? Like what's the max amount of days that it's ran before, roughly? And so like I look right here, this is September 13th of 2020, and it ran all the way, relatively in like one move from September 20th to February 20th. That's how many months?
5 months.
5 months. And where did we start, right? We could say right here. So August 26th to August to, today's date, March. So what is August? How many months ago is that?
So 8, 3, minus 12, 7 months ago.
So we've been running for 7. We had a little dip, but there were dips in here too. So I think, is this the longest period that Bitcoin's ran, like consecutively?
I mean, probably.
That's crazy.
People would see that.
That's the talking point shit. I don't know what you're referring to. Was it what you said? Yeah,
it was me and Hugs were talking about old money.
Oh, okay.
Having like a Soul collection or whatever.
Okay. Like on Solana?
On Solana. Yeah. They announced they're dropping something on Solana. They're not leaving Cardano.
Yeah, how does everybody feel about that though? Like we had Sappy Seals come over and mint on Cardano. It seems everybody was pretty happy, mainly because they actually showed face and spoke with us and were like here and engaged in the Cardano community, right, before doing their whole mint. But what do you think of like Cardano doing the same thing, going over minting on other chains?
It's cool. Like, bring some liquidity back, please. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Did Sappy do that? Did Sappy take liquidity from Cardano in a sense back to Solana or ETH or wherever?
I don't think so. I think what helped was these people, you could use ETH to mint it. And I don't know. I think Wob swept 100 of them.
Okay.
And so I don't know if he used ETH or if he used Cardano, ADA, whatever.
I would imagine, why wouldn't you use Cardano? Like, you got to pay a lot of transaction fees using ETH, right?
Oh, I have no idea. I've never used it on JPEG. You know what I mean?
I mean, for any transaction, just to send to your wallet, you have to pay a gas fee.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. Said I'm happy with it. Cross-chain breaks down those echo chamber bubbles, especially for NFTs. I do like that. And that's kind of how I view it too, is we do need to go and kind of, fix what I think, because I was talking with Greed this morning, and he was like, did you see that latest Charles video? And I guess he had some things he didn't like about the video. And I was like, send me the video. I'm going to watch it and I'll let you know what I think. And I enjoyed the video. It was the most recent video yesterday. I'll pull it up. This one on scaling. And the reason, and he has legitimate reasons, but he starts off small with Charles explaining block sizes and how they move. And if there's more block size that can't fit into this block, then it doesn't go away. Like on some chains, it just gets pushed to the next block. And that's why Cardano transactions will always go through, but they might take forever. And I thought that he explained it really well, but you'll start to see as we like scale a few minutes into the video, like the whiteboard basically just gets really dirty, and it's like hard to follow along. But if you've been following since the beginning, I don't find it like too bad. But yeah, there's stuff everywhere, and it's if you were to just jump and look at this whiteboard, you'd be like, what am I looking at?
Yeah.
Right. That is crazy. So that was like one of the things, and I could kind of agree. But he has maybe a clustered mind a little bit. Like he's just, he's jumping on and just talking like quickly. None of this is just like, hold on, let me make it perfect. I'm going to save this. So I think it was fine. The other thing was he made a reference to Super Mario 1. See if it's, I think it was like 20 minutes in. Yeah. So he made a reference to Super Mario 1 and how that's where Cardano is kind of at now, or where it was. And now they're trying to basically make Super Mario 3. And the reason why this is a comparable comparison is because Super Mario 3 was built on the same engine as Super Mario 1, but it looks a whole lot better.
You're right.
So what he was saying is we don't have to change the underlying to make, the user interface better. And I thought that was a really good example, actually. But I guess, he thought differently. So I don't know. I wanted to see like what everybody thought. So I posted in my Discord the video, and I was just like, hey, let me know your thoughts. Like, did you find the video clunky? Was it too hard to understand? Whatever. But ultimately, I thought it was really cool. A lot of the things that he breaks down in this video explain that Hydra isn't the end all be all for scaling. In fact, they're working on basically there's like 3 different models. It would take me forever to like try to find it in the video.
Right.
But there's like, you can increase the block size. That's 1. You can decrease the amount of time it takes to produce a block. So that's 2. And then on the other side of things, there's like layer 2s. There's the stuff underneath that. There's midnight. And then there's also like the aggregators or whatever they're called, that are the input endorsers. That's what they are. I don't know how they work. I used to know. I looked it up. I forgot. But basically, there's a bunch of different methods that can improve scaling. And I thought that was really cool because everybody's like, when Hydra? And it's like, we can still improve without Hydra. So yeah, I liked that.
We need thousands of transactions per second. You know what I mean?
Like, we do. I'll start with an extra few hundred, though. Like I'll start somewhere.
Well, that, and I think, we all like Charles, and he's good, but like a lot of people outside of here don't.
Yeah, there was a lot of hate comments throughout that whole video. and I didn't understand where it was coming from. Actually, I didn't tie it in fully. That's where I was going to go. The hate comments in there, I was talking with Greed about it, and he was like, well, I feel like Cardano actually back in the day cast the first stones. He was like, Charles went out there and talked shit about, Vitalik and talked shit about Solana, and he created a divide in the community. So
Yeah.
I do see that going to other chains is beneficial to try to like fix that gap that was created. And hopefully Charles doesn't try to pick fights in the future, but
Well, he'll
is what
still
it
tell
is.
you Ethereum's trash.
And we all agree. Not that it's trash. Like, I'm not shitting on it, but nobody wants to spend an extra $50 to $100 on gas fees.
Like, because
does.
A bunch of these ETH people are trying to play like meme coins and shit like that, just like with Sol and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's not working because of the high gas fees.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nobody wants to buy like $100 worth of a coin and spend,
50. It's literally
20,
50 right now.
20 or whatever.
Maybe not right now, but I went to go do a transaction like 3 days ago, and it was going to cost me $50.
And that's the question is, so why aren't Polygon meme coins popping off?
I don't know. I haven't really checked on Polygon, but we do have Solana. We do have Cardano. We obviously have Ethereum meme coins popping off. So,
what the idea is that I don't want to spend necessarily ADA on transactions, right? Because I think the idea is that I want ADA to be ADA and stay in my wallet and grow, because I think the potential is there for it to be really big, right? So I don't want to lose it on transactions and everything have to be backed by a specific like coin, right? Which is where your side chains would be at, which is like Midnight and stuff like that. Like, people want to buy things on Ethereum, and or things like Ethereum, right? Choose Sol or choose Polygon or Matic or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, same thing, road rules apply. Like, I love Cardano or whatever, but also at the same time, it's like, well, I want to keep that shit in my wallet. Like, I'd rather just spend some other obligatory coin on gas fees, And so, I don't know.
Well,
I think Midnight should be pretty cool.
So are you saying that you're bullish on Midnight? Or are you saying like you wish there was a way you could not spend Cardano on transactions?
No, I'm kind of bullish on like a side chain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or offshoot of Cardano. So it's like, how side chains work, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, well, I'd like it to be within the same like realm, something we are all familiar with or like whatever. But I mean, if it can save us in transaction fees, right? Like, is it possible? Because it's a shared kind of information, shared bridge, shared, network or whatever. And so I feel like, if we could just keep ADA, right? And like watch it grow, that would be great.
So Charles talked a little bit in that video too about why he actually doesn't want, or I don't know if I'm phrasing this correctly entirely, but it was something like all the solutions for scaling aren't entirely important because then it would take away from the need of a layer 2. And the layer 2s provide very beneficial things for Cardano. So one of the use cases that he was talking about is, let's say you want to send a picture of this rash to your doctor, right, through the blockchain, but you don't want, I don't want you to see that. I don't want my friends to know about this giant rash that I got on my butt, right?
Yeah.
I don't want to see that picture. But if it was all public transactions on the main blockchain, you would be able to see that. And everybody using the network, it would slow down the network and, you'd be paying for that essentially. So he's like, does everybody want to pay for years and years on all this information that doesn't need to be there? So he actually, and I don't really like that because it kind of sounds like he's waiting for the layer 2 to fix the problem. And he's trying to like push that narrative, which is fine. But I'm just hoping that it actually comes within a reasonable time, right? Because I think that's one of the biggest things is everybody's faster than us. And we keep saying we're going to get there. And I just want to see us kind of nut up real quick.
Right.
So that was like the one thing that I saw and heard in that video that made me not too happy, because he did give not an exact timeline, but he was like, a lot of these things are about, they're going to happen. And he was trying to say it with a positive tone, as if like 1 year to 2 years from now is completely fine, which it is.
Yeah.
But like, I'm not super optimistic hearing that this might come next year.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, this is peak bull. Like, a lot of people are building stuff right now where I don't want to get passed by again.
Yeah. No, I get
don't
it.
know.
I get it.
I'm a little nervous.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to ask Greed, I'm pretty sure he would say like he doesn't even know if Cardano will hit $3 again.
That's what he told me. He was like, I think Cardano will hit $3, but he's like, I can't say, I don't think like it's mooning. Like, I might say 5, I think he was telling me, but like, he's like 10, 12. Like, I don't think so, man.
Yeah, I think 5 is my sweet spot.
I think so too. I think 5 is doable. But the other thing too is that we haven't hit new highs on any altcoins. And I was just telling you this. Like, even ETH hasn't hit a new all-time high.
Right.
Sol, no new all-time high.
Not an all-time high, yeah.
Right? So Cardano's lagging, sure, but you look at XRP lagging the same amount. XRP's peak was $3. It's at like 70 cents.
Right.
That's same thing as Cardano for the most part. And it's higher up than Cardano.
Right.
So
I think money hasn't quite flown into the alt. It's not alt season yet, Well,
I mean, if people, because traditionally how we view it is you make money on Bitcoin, and then you roll it into alts, and then you roll it into meme coins, and then you roll it into whatever, and then you go back into Bitcoin.
Right.
But sure, people have made a lot of money on Bitcoin, this market already, but there's still so much to be made. I mean, we have a lot of bullish narratives for Bitcoin. A lot of other countries still jumping on board. Countries, like not businesses, countries jumping on board. So yeah, I mean, people just haven't accepted that Bitcoin is too high yet.
And so far, I think Patrick Tobler, who runs, what is it, NFT Maker or whatever, .io, he was like, expect like a Cardano to make an announcement, very unexpected announcement.
Who
like
said
a bullish one, yeah.
No, who said this?
Patrick Tobler. He runs NFT Maker.io,
okay.
planes and shit.
Gotcha.
So yeah, he was like, hold on, let me find it here. Also, we got March Madness. Are you into March Madness?
I love basketball, but I don't pay attention to like which teams are in it. I just actually just love the sport for the sport. I love to watch, them just kind of go at it. I'll know players here and there, but yeah.
I have a feeling that an unexpected big Cardano announcement is coming this week. That was 4 hours ago.
He has a feeling.
Well, he would know, right?
It's like that ominous tone, but with some like positive underlyings.
Yeah, big announcement. Yeah, and he's got a smiley face. Yeah, I'm really big. What do you think happens to Cardano native tokens if Cardano just starts ripping? Dude, I have no idea. Like, Cardano people are, don't get me wrong, like, there's some degens out there, but our degen culture is not.
We're
like
just
the people who bought at 2 cents, 3 cents are not degens.
No, those are smart.
They don't do shit. They don't do shit with their Cardano. And we talked about this last time. And the next thing you know, on the timeline, that's what people are saying. They're like, these old heads or whatever that have been holding this Cardano that was at like 3 cents and they have like a milli of it. They're not doing anything with it. It's just sitting there.
Just staking, just making a money passively. Right. Probably because they don't want to spend all that on capital gains tax.
Right. Speaking of which, how are you doing your taxes this year?
I paid off my taxes. I got all of my wallets. I put them into Coin Tracker. I paid the $300 or $400 for them to go through all. It was like 3,000 plus transactions on all of my wallets, which I was like, damn, a lot of transactions in just 1 year.
Yeah.
Paid all that. And then at the end of it, it came out that I'm still going to get back like $400 for my taxes. So I was
That's
like,
good.
All right. Not bad.
That's a win.
Yeah.
Also, Tap Tools has tap tax.
Really?
Did you see that?
Where is that?
if you go to Tap Tools, right?
Yeah. Oh, right here.
Yeah, click on it.
Tap tags.
It's actually pretty cool. It goes through NFTs and everything.
That is really cool. I assumed that that's what happened
Now-
on Coin Tracker as well, but
Now,
maybe
here's
not.
the thing. Look at the price.
The price of.
You say buy now. Just say buy now.
Okay.
$199, right?
Okay.
Man, I think I might have to do that this way.
150 with a tappy.
Yeah, 150 with a tappy. But man, what do you think's gonna happen to native tokens? I mean, dude, SNEC has to get listed, man. But we need liquidity, like severe liquidity, dude. We need some of these old ass heads, right? Somebody needs to get in contact with them, and just go. I mean,
I'm gonna start it off a little bit. Yes, we would love a centralized exchange, and do we need it to go parabolic? Yes. Do we need it to go higher than our all-time high? No, not in my opinion. I think we could still hit 500 million without a sex, only because of the bonk narrative that got listed on a sex, and because we're all preparing for a sex. So
so go to the home page. Go to the home page
of Tap Tools.
Yeah, just hit home. And just go down. Look at AGIX, right?
Yeah, but Ajax isn't native to Cardano, is it?
What do you mean?
Ajax is on Cardano, but it's traded on many other things though, other than Cardano.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
But it's not native to Cardano, is it?
Yeah, it's Singularity, isn't it?
It is Singularity. Okay, I got confused on this the other day because I could have sworn I saw it on other decentralized exchanges.
It's Ben Gortzel's thing, right?
And wait, Ajax is listed on Coinbase, is it not?
Correct.
Yeah. So
look at that market cap.
Yeah, it's massive. I bought Ajax yesterday as well. I bought $400 worth of Ajax because there's
that's the difference between just being on Cardano and being on a SEX is right there.
Yeah.
Do you see that?
That's true.
It's
2
huge.
million Cardano.
It's huge. So when you're talking about, okay, well, we need SNEC to get on, we need something. We need something to get on there.
Oh, wait, that's right. That's 2 billion Cardano.
Right.
My bad.
2 bill.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we definitely need it. But
how do you get there?
So like there's a lot to what he was saying, right? Because he started off and he said, what happens to NTs if Cardano's just starting to rip, right? If Cardano was ripping, and I mean like ripping, like we go to $1.50 overnight type shit, like we finally have a 70-80% day.
It's going to be funny because that's going to happen.
It's going to happen.
That's going to happen. We're going to bump to like 120 pretty quick.
SNEC is going to blast off to at least 500 million market cap before it comes back down with no sex listing. That is my opinion. Maybe like 350 million. Maybe we like get a little bit under there, but we're going to go crazy. We're at least going to have during that day, during that week, we're going to go crazy.
Yeah.
But will it last? That's the only thing. Because I could see what could happen is like Cardano goes up to $1.50. Cardano NTs and NFTs remain the same. And one or two go up and then they kind of hover back down a little bit. And they're just a little bit up in comparison to when Cardano was just 80 cents or 70 cents. And we just kind of hover there, but Cardano's up 80%, right? Because we're still going to be waiting on that centralized exchange.
Right.
But we're going to rip. Like Cardano native tokens aren't just going to wait. They're not just going to chill out while Cardano's doing that. That's not going to happen.
Hey, buy some friend, buy some starch, okay? Pump my bags.
Cardano NFT comeback will be epic. Oh, man, I mean...
But we gave people here's the thing. The only thing I'm worried about, Juan, is like we've given people a taste of like meme season and like coins and that instant liquidity that it's going to be very hard to pull people from that. I still feel like Cardano NFTs need to grow, right? The community around it needs to grow, because by having, these meme coins and instant liquidity, people are inherently going to be more attracted to that than like, what's it called? Like social investments, I guess you would say, like a PFP or like whatever, some sort of brand identity, right? Like people just want that instant liquidity. And so the problem with NFTs is like you don't have it unless you're willing to sell at the floor. And for me, I don't want to be a floor bitch anymore. Like I want to hold my shit. I want people to want my shit,
Yeah, it is kind of frustrating. You just buy an NFT and then if you're on Cardano, you just wait forever and your value goes down usually.
Right.
So I don't know.
So
I'm
that was
not
my
bullish on
question.
NFTs right now.
Should I sell my little Sappy for the little gains and wait?
I think there's like two ideas, right? Is like Cardano's going to do the normal thing and sell off, right? So you probably should. Like not Cardano selling off, but the NFTs will sell off like most of them do. I think you're in the money. It's a very fair play. You're going to spend some, fees for trading that. You're only going to make like 20 ADA after all those fees.
Yeah.
So like you could look at it like, why would I do this for 20 ADA? But then you could hold it and be down and be like, well, now I'm losing 40 ADA. Like, why did I do this at all?
Yeah.
Right.
28 is 28. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Or it's going to pump like crazy because people want Cardano people to know, hey, your best NFT is our derivative. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't know why, but if Omen makes some sort of announcement of something, like I know they're brewing a bunch of stuff, but like if they make an announcement of something, like that shit is just going to go crazy. For me, I think Omen has a really good chance of ripping pretty quick. I don't
Based
know
off of
what's
artwork, based off of leadership, or a mixture.
artwork, a little bit of leadership. You know what I'm saying? Like the PFPs look fucking clean, and then on top of
They
that,
do.
people are coming around like with Nemo and stuff like that. And so, and also when they have their like women's collection, have you seen some of the previews for that shit?
Didn't that rug?
No. That wasn't theirs. That was a
Right, but it was like a Cardano for women type thing, right? The woman? You know what I'm talking about.
No, that was like a derivative.
Oh, okay. But I could have sworn that money was being used to support women on Cardano. And I thought it was like through women on Cardano. Maybe I'm wrong.
No,
I could have
I
sworn.
think this was specifically just like the Womans. Look at those. They don't look great. You can tell it's like AI shit,
Yeah. I minted a few of these and instantly sold out. They pumped much higher and then crashed.
They did. They did go kind of crazy there for a minute.
I was talking with Greed about it too, and he was like, "Man, look at these things. They're not gonna do shit. They're not gonna do shit." He was like popping off on me, and I was like, "I made a little money," and he was like, "Good, now get the hell out."
Get the hell out of there. Yeah, that's what I would have done too.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think they're primed. I don't know what's gonna happen with apes, right? They're at like 19, the last that I saw.
Like 17, bro.
I think they went to 17.
15.
Oh my god.
I mean, this is the other.
Dude, look at that. No. Hold on.
I'll go back.
Go back. Look at the Cardano jacket. Look at that jacket on the floor.
This one?
Holy shit. Yeah, that's rare. That's like super freaking rare.
And he's a family of Smith. The floor is 1,000 ADA higher. Somebody's just dumping.
Jesus.
Doesn't care. The body, the rainbow suit is 300 to 200 ADA higher. 200 ADA higher.
That's crazy.
The family's even more impressive than the suit.
What's the first? Can you show me what the first like non-ape, so like one of the aliens, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like what's the floor on their skin type or whatever?
Let's see. I'll go to like a knight.
Okay.
A Knight's at 2.5.
Okay.
And you got the gold ones at 6.
Okay.
You got the robots at 6, but
Okay.
kind of, because there's a lot less.
Yeah.
You've got the Cardano ones at 9K.
Wow.
Kind of. You've only got 2. And then you've got the zombie 13 as the lowest. And then the alien, none being sold.
None. I mean, they're not going to sell them. No.
No. I would have that listed at like 100K and just leave it.
Dude, that's so crazy. They're at 1,500 right now.
And I bought mine for 6,888.
Hey, you're gonna get back there.
Am I? Am I? Queen? You want to put money on that? You know what? To like hedge my bet, right? I'm gonna bet you however much I'm down. I'm gonna bet you 5,308 right now that I don't come back.
Dude. Oh man, bro, I've made some fucking bonehead plays, bro. Like I've got rugged so many times. I told you I was about to give it up.
Yeah,
like I was just gonna chill with my. I was gonna chill with my ADA savings account and just fuck off. You know what I'm saying? Like
I do. I think we've all felt that way. Like I've felt that way, and I was like, well, what about the community? Like, what if I didn't like talk to anybody again? And I was like, well, I can still talk to them and not own an ape. And I was like, oh, okay. So like kind of like relaxed me a little bit, but even still, I'm just like, I can't let it go now. You know, it's like, it's that whole thing. Plus, if I'm going to make a lot of taxes in the future, right, off of my other investments, hopefully they all work out, then I can use these NFTs as like a tax, loss.
Yeah.
So, lose or win, it's going to help me out. It'll be fine.
And also, Congo changed his Twitter handle.
Okay.
Finally.
To what?
Instead of being Ponzerati, right?
Yeah.
It's now Taz Congo.
Okay.
So because
to try to bring in more like
because Ponzi and he got fucking caught on some shit. Bro, that was so funny. But like, yeah, their next landmark hugs better be a banger, bro. It better be something real good. Yeah. I mean, if I were them, I would approach. Well, no, they can't approach Bob because Bob called fucking Congo a Nazi or whatever. This is all fucked up. It's all fucked up. They could own the Levy with hat, right? Which would be funny. Embrace the meme, right? It'll go wild. But like, dude, I just don't know. How's my friend doing? How's friend doing?
So here's Levy with hat.
That's Levy with hat.
Friend at 13. Friend was number 1 for such a long time. And now it's just casually at like 13, 15.
Yeah, Congo banned Juan and many other community members. Yeah, he gets in his feelings. He gets in his feelings a lot, bro.
That's crazy. He does. He's an emotional person. I'm an emotional person too. Like I was emotional on that podcast.
But the problem is like he's not doxxed, man. Nobody knows who this guy is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think something too. I've been thinking about emotions and trading, right? And I think how a lot of people think about it is like, oh, you need to be like a robot. Like you need to not have emotions, right? When you trade, like set a price target, whatever. It doesn't work. But like what's worked for me is having, and this has kind of been like actually a revelation for like everything. It's just like acceptance. Like accept that you might be broke right now. Accept that maybe you're weak right now or you're skinny. Accept that, these fuck, I forgot where I was going with this. What were we talking about?
Except where you're at. You high
no,
as
no,
fuck.
No. But before that,
you're high right now.
No. Well, I'm gonna be soon. But like
trading with emotions, bro. We're talking about trading with emotions.
Yeah. So like I'm just accepting the fact that I'm going to be emotional. Like when I'm trading this, I'm going to feel a high. I'm going to feel a low, right? But you just know that you're emotional and you ignore it, right? But you still feel it. Right. So that's kind of how like I've been is like I'm going to like when I see my price up 20x or whatever, and I have all this money for the first time, I'm going to be running around the house like a fucking moron, but I'll still like stay within myself, sell a small amount, keep my position, you know, be smart with the money, get ready, prepare for your taxes, you know, all those sorts of things, but you can still feel the emotions.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what's helping me.
Bro, I'm break even right now with Friend.
Yeah, I don't know how I was going to relate that into Friend if I even was, but
no, you weren't.
Yeah.
But I mean, dude, Juan, here's the thing, dude. I had that sort of leadership. Like, I don't know what was going on with Frank and Utes, right? Like, but he was just gone, bro. He was gone. He was dead silent. He was like, we're building. He came back as CEO for like a couple days, and then now he's gone again. Like, people haven't really heard from him. And like, it made me fade away. I was holding 5 of those things, right? And like,
but he should have take things a better way. Well, what I didn't like, my biggest thing, and like this is all I'm going to really say on it because everything's been said and it's old news now. And I really do want to keep a positive narrative, but they did make a mistake. And I don't think we can ignore it to try to push a positive narrative. Like, we should talk about the mistake. But one of the things he said is like, oh, well, I didn't know when they were going to come out with that announcement. And it's like, well, you still had the information.
right.
You still shouldn't have sold. Like, that doesn't change anything. Why is that an excuse? You knew before everybody else. You made a decision. It was better for you than everybody else. That is insider trading at its core. You admitted to it. That's bad. That is fucking bad.
Yeah.
So, like, how do you stop that, though? Do you want to tell people that founders can't own their own projects?
I mean, to be honest with you, they probably shouldn't at this point.
They shouldn't. They should not, because of things like this, right? Does that hurt the price because they normally have a lot of money and they want to own a lot? Yes, it will. It will hurt the price too. But it prevents moments like this later on down the line.
Yeah.
So I don't know, as a community, I feel like this needs to be something that is discussed, and we need to come together to find whatever sort of solution that is and then kind of solidify it. Like, if this person owns some of their project in any way, we as a community will leave or act in some sort of way.
Yeah. Does that go for like teams with coins?
I think it should.
Right? Where they hold 5% back for the team.
It's happened so many times with coins already. Like, just with people who they've given the coins to, you know, like they wanted to come after Ada Dolphin, even though he just gave the money back to another promoter because he didn't like the project anymore. Only took like, he was given thousands of dollars. I'm not going to say exactly how much. That's between him and whatever. But I spoke with him. And once I heard that information, the first thing I did was I hit him up on Twitter and I said, hey, if you have a minute, I just want to talk with you because I've seen all this shit and I just want to hear your point of view. Mm-hmm. And he made, I think it was like, he said he made like $500 after all of it. But he took the money, he sold it, gave that money to another promoter because he still felt like, I got paid to do a promoting job, so I need to find somebody now to do the promoting. That was how he took it. I told him I didn't like that. I told him I would have given all the money back to Bet, because this is what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And told them to use that money to find whoever if they wanted to, right? But like, he'd only been with them for such a short period of time. I think it wasn't really his job to find a new marketer or new marketing team.
Yeah.
But it happens. People were mad about that. So, yeah. And I don't know how people feel about that either. Like, do you think that they should have sold some of the Bet coins, converted that to Cardano or whatever token, and then paid marketing teams in Cardano instead and do it up front instead of giving them tokens to dump on the community later?
Yeah, for sure. Like, pay people in ADA, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's just the way it is. I mean, that's the way it's always worked. Like, paying with your coin, right, is setting it up to where they are going to dump on somebody, right? Regardless of the situation, like what it is, like whatever. You can tell them we token locked it for 6 months. Well, 6 months later, if it's running high or whatever, they're dumping on the community.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like, no, pay them in ADA, right? It's okay. Like, but like, it's, you're marketing the coin. You got to use people in ADA. You can't use the coin to back it, or else those people are dumping on other people, because that's what happens, right? It's okay if like we dump on each other, right? Like, we just sit here and we're like, okay, I'm buying at this level, you're selling at this level. It's an agreement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, but it's different if it's like you're marketing for this coin and you're dumping, and I'm just a regular individual like buying it. because you marketed that thing, right?
And you have to sell. As Ada Dolphin, you have to sell, or you made nothing. You did all that work for nothing. You have to sell.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, he did. The other thing, too, was he had a verbal agreement to not sell for a certain amount of time, and he sold within like a day or like a week or whatever it was. Yeah. So, like, that was the other reason why I told him, you know, you're going to get some backlash from this. But I did appreciate that. Like, he was pretty upfront about it and was like, I didn't make anything. You know, he went about it in the way he thought was best. He learned some things, but I applauded him. He definitely got a lot of hate for that. And we just got to avoid all these things, man. There's so many positive things happening in Cardano, and you wake up to Twitter feeds and it's just attack.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's like that for Solana too. I don't really wake up and check Solana Twitter.
I don't know. For me, Solana always seemed like ruggy. You know what I mean? Like the NFTs were rugging. Like it just seemed really ruggy. But now I'm looking at it and it's like, well, yeah, dipshit. Like we said for years upon years, like 99% of these are going to zero, bro. Like it's just going to sit inside your wallet.
Yeah.
And you're going to be like, why did I buy this thing? You know? Can we talk about an embarrassing NFT? The one last thing before we go, because I got to go pick up my kid.
I actually got to get ready for my dad's 40th birthday party this weekend. We got family coming in tomorrow.
Your dad's 40?
Or 60th. 60th.
Okay, I was about to say, Jesus Christ.
He had me at 10 years old, man. You know, we just started life early.
You freaked me out. I was like, God damn, boy. You got to get ready for that. That's fine, man. Any big plays for this next week or what?
Oh, no, I was going to let you get into what you were talking about. I just wanted to shout it out real quick.
Something that we don't necessarily want to have in our wallet that we own, that I was like so sure of, that I was very, very, very sure of. And like I would probably say, sorry, I'm looking through here.
I've got a lot. I'll start with Yumi. I was a huge fan of Yumi, and they have done nothing but disappoint, sadly, as far as price.
Yeah.
Same with Equine. Boss Cats, if you bought at the high.
Yeah. Blue Bots, dude. I would probably say Blue Bots, man.
Blue Bots just immediately disappointed. It never came back.
Seals. I kind of got upset with Seals.
Yeah.
But I like Stevie, bro. Is he still there?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I want to say he gave the project to somebody else.
Yeah.
I want to say, because I asked about him a while back. I just forgot what the reply was, but it was basically something like that. It was just like, you know, it's still here. There's still stuff going on, but it's slow and not necessarily the same people.
Yeah.
Solana meme coins rugging all the way. I mean, look, that's just the nature of the beast, really. We have so many rugs every day in Cardano and Solana.
You're buying a coin that's Goblin coin. Like, what do you want? What do you expect, right? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. So Bonk is doing something cool. They do cool stuff. Like they're actually creating things, but it took a while to get there. You know what I'm saying? Bonk.
Yeah.
I got airdropped World of Cardano. I don't think so.
Oh, I remember World of Cardano.
What was it?
World of Cardano was a metaverse project, I believe. And they had some really cool art for their stuff. Let me see if I can find it on here. But it did nothing.
Like, you got to understand, I was airdropped like 86 million bonk. You know what I mean? And that was like over a year ago.
You remember these?
Vaguely.
Yeah, they actually, to be honest, don't look like how I remember them either. Maybe they had an art upgrade. But they did have like this kind of appeal to them where it was like very vibrant colors. That was always kind of their thing. I could have sworn there were like gems or something rather than just actual parcels. But yeah, it's been forever. I could just be remembering wrong.
Metaverse rug. Many people still bullish on Yumi and Boss Cat Rocket Club.
Still holding my Yumi, hoping for the best.
Boss Cat Alien Club. How are they doing? What's their floor at?
Last time I checked, which was like 5 months ago, 6 months
What
ago,
is Boss Cats at anyway?
was like 700 for an alien. Boss Cat Alien Club. Ooh, it's half that now. I almost bought one too. I had an order in to buy one.
I did like these, by the way.
I did too.
I thought
they were super rare, super exclusive. Cool. 3,000, and then only the people who owned 3 or the top Boss Cats or whatever could mint one of these, or get one of these airdropped. It was something like that.
Yeah, you had to own a bunch of shit. What's regular Boss Cats at?
Let's see. Ooh,
200.
Still a 10x their mint price though.
Yeah, so, I mean you can't really say much. It's 10x the mint price.
Yeah,
these minted out for 20 ADA, dude.
10K collection, 20 ADA.
You could buy 10 at a time, right?
Yeah, you could. You could only buy 10 though. You were it was for the whitelist people.
Yeah.
Man, what a time.
Dude, I should have bought. Dude,
I tried.
Absolutely. And people are like, they're wash traded. Numbers is numbers, bro. And if I can sell it, if I can sell it 1,000, I'm selling it 1,000.
You can wash my NFT for me, homie. I got you.
Throw it in the laundry. I don't care. I'm taking my ADA. I'm holding on to it like a little Scrooge McDuckins, bro. I'm telling you.
Hell yeah. Get a little Tide Pod, man. I was fine with the wash trading. It was making Cardano look good. Everybody was happy. It was going up every single day. Like we had new people coming into the space. It was cool.
People were like, oh, this is fake. This is fake, dude. Money talks, dude. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
When you're looking at something and it's like millions upon millions upon millions, like money talks, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. But all right, homie. I think it's a good place to call it.
Yeah.
Appreciate you as always. Remember to go pick up your kids, see your family, see your friends. We're here to make more money so that we can spend more time with them. Until next time, guys. Peace.